Yeah.
Yes, that'll do it. And that's a very awkward moment where you're freaking out. You're like 30 seconds from a launch, and you're trying to get everything, and then you try to launch, and it's like, nope. All right, so AGM65 Maverick overview. We're going to talk about the purpose, variance, employment of the laser variant. We don't have any today because you could do that in single player. The limits of the missile and some tactics that you might want to use. So I probably made this in maybe an hour. So yeah. But the purpose of it is for targets of opportunity. So you're flying around with your Mavericks. You may or may not have an actual target to like specific target to actually go after. So it's basically targets of opportunity. So you see something, maybe the JTAC has something, or GCI has an area where you could go to, or maybe it's an SA10 if you want to live life dangerously. You can always go low for the SA10, take it out, and come back out. Also, it's good for moving targets or laser guided bombs, but this is good for moving targets as well if you want to stay mobile. It's good for ships. The G variant is good for ships, bunkers, and bridges. And any of these could also be used. LGBs could do the same thing, but Mavericks are in our inventory, and we use them when we can. So here are the variants. There's A, B, D, E, and G, and then there's L. It's not on the threat list, but I have it down there. So it's basically an AGM-A or B. So I would assume that you could just slap a laser on it, but it's the same magnify, range, warhead, armor, and all that stuff. So the lasers are only TV and TV magnify. So there are no IR. Well, actually, it says laser there, but it doesn't make any sense because it says L. I don't know. It's just kind of confusing. So yeah, we'll see when you go into single player, you'll kind of just see what it is. But I've never used it before, and I don't know if it's the L or the E. So kind of confused now. But anyway, the G is the IR, so that's the huge one. It's used for ships and stuff. They only can carry one per pylon because it's 300 pounds. The D, B, and A are the 126 pounds. Those are the ones you can carry 3 on each wing, so you can have 6 in total. A little bit smaller, therefore you can carry a little bit more. All of them are basically the same. The only difference between them, the largest difference is TV. So TV, obviously, you don't have the infrared stuff. So if it's at night, you're not going to see anything at night. It's kind of pointless having it at night. And with the infrared, that's where you can use it at night and during the day for white hot and black hot. So that's the only 2 differences. I don't know why it has United States Marine Corps for the E here. It's all kind of confused here. The more I read it, the more I get
It's
confused.
because in real life
Different
the
country.
E is used only by the Marines.
Okay, then I guess the Air Force uses L,
Well, I think L is what
I
they
guess.
call it for BMS.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I'll have to look on Wikipedia later on. Any questions so far? Sweet.
Sorry for the
Yeah, but
guidance. If it's TV guided, is it getting that guidance from the missile itself or from the aircraft?
it's from the missile itself. So the missile seeker is TV guided. It has a TV on there. And fun fact, in like I think early stages of the Maverick, the F4s, since they don't have a targeting pod, they would use Mavericks, and they would use that as their targeting pod. So they would keep one if they use them. They'll keep one to look around a little bit. So it's a fun fact.
Yeah, they're a fire and forget. As soon as it's locked and it's gone, it's off on whatever you TMS it up to.
Yep, uses its own seeker.
Thanks.
Yep. So bore sight's totally optional, but this is a very quick step-by-step way to bore sight the missile. So the whole point of bore sighting is so that when you TMS up on the TGP, the Maverick is in the same spot. Because if you don't bore sight, it's off by arbitrarily 5 degrees or something. So you TMS up on the TGP and the Maverick's off by a little bit. That's the only reasons for bore sight. It doesn't have anything to do with the amount of time it comes on, the distance it can go, the accuracy of it has nothing to do with any of that. It's just that it's nice to be able to look around your TGP and have the Mavericks slew to where the TGP is.
The other big thing to remember is with the Mavericks, when you uncage it, it's going to be pointing at whatever steer point you currently have selected. So if your target is at steer point 6 and you uncage it at steer point 4, you're going to be pointing it back at steer point 4 when you come going to target. So I don't ever uncage until I'm pointing at the target.
Indeed. Never did know that. Usually just TMS up and it goes in the general direction, and then I just kind of find it and go from there.
Yeah, or you could cursor 0 and it resets the.
Or sometimes
itinerary.
I go to snowplow TMS once up, and then it kind of 10 miles out right in front of you. And
Yeah, you can do that too.
0.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
that's
many ways.
That's a great way to get it back.
Yep, many ways. But here's a quick. But by no means you could follow. You could. This is everything encompassing. But master arm or sim. That's how you get the seeker to actually come on. Wait for the AGM to warm up. It takes about 3 minutes. Uncage SOI of the weapon once it gets warmed up, as we were talking with the uncage. Lock up with TGP, so you'll lock it up. The missile will slew in the general direction, and then you slew that with the same building or road or whatever as your TGP, and then OSB 20 bore sight is on the weapon page. That's how you could bore sight it, and it'll go through its little thing. It'll highlight and it'll go away, and then you unlock the TGP, and then you lock the TGP to verify the C above the station. So this is optional. It works even if you don't do this, but this is a good way to you're basically testing it right after you do it. So you unlock with the TGP, lock again. It could be the same target, doesn't matter. It's just basically giving an ops check of that it's in the same target. So it'll do C here, then you do the same thing. You missile step to the other one. You do this exact same thing, and you could do the same ops check at the end as well. And here are some of the letters that you might see. So slave, missiles not tracking, 1, 2, and T and C. This is totally optional, so don't feel like you need to do this. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. If you want to do it, cool. But it's just an option to have that better slew ability with the TGP. Any questions?
I do actually.
Yep.
When we're in the air and we need to do a handoff or we need to align our bore sight or Mavericks, what objects do you usually recommend? Like just any arbitrary piece of dirt, or would it be like a building?
Buildings. It has to have the area track. So
Mhm.
try to find an outlying building. So if you see this tiny little building in a city, go for that. Don't get the middle building in the whole city because it's hard to tell which one's which. So try to get a target outlying of something outside of the populated area. So you have a city and there's like a single little shack that's on the outside. Go for that shack.
Exactly.
It'll be
Alright,
easier to
gotcha.
spot out.
Yeah. Don't target a bridge.
What? Wait, why? Why
Oh,
not the bridge?
No.
It's a very large object.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, it has to have sharp angles. You cannot bore sight on a bridge. It won't lock
Interesting.
up.
Not to mention,
to know.
bridges are fairly difficult to lock up.
Yeah, it'll lock up like 3/4 up or 1/4 up or something. It won't always do the middle.
I didn't think of that. All right.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that too.
Thanks for the
Yep.
advice.
Yeah, it needs to be a solid object though. Dirt or tree or whatever isn't gonna work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, buildings are good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
look
just
look
do a
for any
building.
sort of-
Yeah.
Look for a city. The other thing I don't know if we made it as part of our SOPs, but we probably should be bore sighting in sim specifically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
so
like,
popping one off just in case.
I think we had that happen. Like where somebody was bore sighting, and somehow in all the excitement, I don't know how, but bore sighting was exciting to them, and they somehow in the process hit the pickle button and
Killed
You know, and now that you
Good old
say this,
desk pop.
now that you
Yeah,
say this,
there's-
I think it was a fucking control tower too at airbase.
Perfect.
Yeah. It was a
They
super
really
roll
hit
up.
him out.
man.
well, I know
He
of
ain't getting
somebody
clearance.
that shot an apartment building in BMS, so that was
Wha-
always.
Why
There
are you
goes
gonna
Timmy.
throw old Craig under the bus like that?
No, believe it or not, it wasn't Craig actually.
Poor little
Dude.
church kids.
I know. poor things.
So yeah, we now refer to, if you're going to shoot a civilian building, we talk about little Timmy who gets a Maverick in the face.
Yeah, not recommended. Say it one more time. Not recommended.
No, not recommended.
Not recommended.
Were you winking?
Neither confirm or deny.
Plausible deniability.
So next is the limits. There's a whole bunch of limits, and this could make your day or break your day. So the most important thing on this entire page is a keyhole. So make sure this cross is in this keyhole, or else it will not fire, or it will fire, but it will not hit. And a general way to know if it's in the keyhole or not is obviously looking at this keyhole and memorizing it on your screen. But also this thing blinks. So if it starts blinking, you're out of parameters for tracking capabilities, because it will launch. 100% will launch, but it won't track at all.
It has to be
So
solid.
yes, it'll be a solid pointing cross in the middle of this little keyhole here.
And the keyhole graphic will not be on your screen.
This is facts. So the A's and B's have a little bit more limitations. So the 65A is 15 degrees, so it's like a 15 degrees. You kind of make a circle-ish. The 65B is 10 degrees. It's less than an A. It doesn't really how letters work in the Air Force, but it apparently has a less degree on there, so it's you can't fire as much as the A. And the D and G and the L, I would assume, has the keyhole. The L is a little bit more different symbology, but same type of keyhole here. And you want to be stable when you're about to fire, so don't be rolling and doing different maneuvers before you're about to fire, because it'll fire still, but it won't track because you're doing max roll of 40 degrees per second or something. Also, minimum maximum load factor. So these don't like minimum or negative G's. So if you pull negative G's, you might bork both your stations. So just be careful of that. Another thing that's important is the power on ready mode. So if you have everything is ready, everything is bore sighted, you're seeing this screen on your weapon page. You have 60 minutes max, including the 3-minute gyro spin up. So you have 60 minutes until it's paperweight. Like it does nothing after it's done. It burns out, so you can't do anything with it. So after your runs on your cold legs, put them to standby. Always go to your SMS page. There's a standby up here in the top right, and put them in standby. Yep. And then video on is 30 minutes max. So this is the 30 minutes max with the video. This includes you putting it in standby. So as long as they're like on, and I guess the uncage button. So if you don't do the uncage button, for some reason, you have 60 minutes till it burns itself out. But if you have video on, it's 30 minutes max. So make sure you always put it in standby and make sure you have enough time to actually do your mission and not have it burn out. And some symbology here. This is the dynamic launch zone. This number corresponds to the distance to the target. So this is the max. That's the minimum. That's the 6 miles away, and you can only shoot it within this bracket here. I think it'll still shoot if you're out of range, as long as you have a lock on. As long as the Maverick sensor has a lock, it'll shoot no matter what.
The max is what, 10 miles?
Yeah, so I think it starts the top. So it starts at like 9 or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Max
it's
is
about
10
9.
miles, yeah.
I know it was said already, but I would like to reiterate: the flashing cross is not a sign to fire.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
can't believe how many people, when they are learning Mavericks, they will actually say that as an indication that they thought they were in spec.
Interesting.
Yes, so that's why I'm reiterating it. I've seen it a number of times.
That's
out
that's the
Falcon
thing with air to air.
It has to
right?
be solid.
Yeah, yeah.
True.
Because I guess you're right. The AMRAAM flashes for a good shot.
Interesting. Well,
So
yeah.
in this case, it has to be solid for it to lock onto the target.
Yeah.
Ooh, the jittery lines.
Jittery lines.
Yeah, you know when you got a good lock, the cross, not the inner cross, the outer cross goes jiggly, like starts shaking and vibrating.
Oh. Yeah, I think so. What about it?
I'm just saying that it's another way to know that you have a good shot. If you don't
Oh,
have
okay.
if you don't have the
Yeah.
jittery lines.
Yeah,
Jit-
it'll lock. I think these expand, these lines. I think it expands and it says like lock or something. It says something. It escapes me right now, but yeah. So as long as you TMS up, as long as this is soy, if this is soy, and you TMS up, and it'll like lock onto it and area track. That's how you know it's locked. And you just wait till you get into the distance, and then make sure it's in the keyhole and not blinking.
Prime.
Yes.
So I have a question. So what are the chances of a Maverick? You have it locked, you shoot the freaking thing, and it doesn't track the target. Because I've had that many times before, and I actually read on a forum that that's the behavior of Mavericks in real life. Like they are not. I mean, you have to get very close to lock into anything. Obviously, not with TGP Vorsight. I mean, with the actual weapon page, and then it is not certain that it will track the target if shot at its maximum or almost at its maximum launch distance.
Yeah, because I would assume, because it's pretty sure it has a battery on there. So once it goes off the rail, the battery shuts off, and if you're at 9.8 miles and the maximum's 10 miles and there's a 4-knot headwind, it's not going to make it. So I guess that's one of the things they kind of implement as well.
Yeah, because in campaign, I shot, if I shot 4, 2 would hit.
Okay, yeah.
And I
yeah.
wasn't really at maximum distance, so I don't know. It's fun though.
And the way you could tell if you're far enough, it'll actually loft itself. So if you just see it kind of this like limp, just kind of go off into a parabola and just go to it's not going to hit anything. But if you see it lofting and going up, depending on if at 6 miles, it probably won't loft. But at the 8, 7 miles, 9 miles, it lofts a little bit.
Yeah, when it lofts, it goes above your nose, and you see it come down. That's when you know.
Yeah, like an AMRAM.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. And these take forever. They're really slow. So by the time you forget, it explodes. Like you're like, did I shoot it already? Or how long ago was that? Like it's like 60 seconds. Like it's forever.
Yeah, they're subsonic. So
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have that solid cross, and you're within the range, it's going to track every time.
Yep.
Okay.
So if it's done tracking, something was wrong.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And there we go. Time limit, keyhole, and the ranges. So it's 14 miles. Guess he must be high then. So the higher you are, it's dynamic. So the higher you are, the more range you got. The lower you are, the less range you got. And yep. So when you're locked on, this bore sight will come up as well. So that's another way to see if you're locked on or not. Got your field of view. It's basically like your TGP. So you can manipulate that. You could zoom in. You could go to field of view, narrow and wide. You could go switch the polarity and all that stuff.
And a lot of this, by the way, can be handled from the TMS switch in different ways. You don't have to click a lot, or from the other things on the stick. You don't have to click a lot of these buttons.
Yeah. Yep. It's all
even-
HOTAS stuff.
Yep. So like the mode, even pre-vis bore, that can be switched. That way the FOV can be switched. The polarity.
Yeah, the pre-fizz bore, that's the cursor switch. You just click that and it'll cycle through there.
Is the bore sight button though accessible outside of the MFD?
Yeah, the cursor switch. Is that what you mean? You can
No,
cycle through
sorry.
those.
Not that bore. The actual bore sight button on the left.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I have not found a way to do that yet. So if anyone does, that'd be amazing.
Hey, Gappy, can you shoot a Maverick on the ground?
Yeah.
actually,
Wait,
maybe.
was
I
it just
don't-
literally from
so.
Iron Eagle?
I don't think you can because of the weight on wheels.
Good.
When I saw that scene, my first thought is, yes, turn the ground jet thing, on. And then
go.
I'm like, but that still sounds really stupid. Yeah, I think the ground jet enable, but I don't think it'll actually fire. I think you can jettison it though.
I don't. There was somebody that said something about it having a weight on wheel sensor, so it won't actually fire with weight on the wheels.
I think most of them have something like that.
Doesn't
Yeah.
that but I think it overrides if you turn the ground jet enable switch on. I think it overrides the weight on wheels so that if let's say you did something stupid in the air and it's kind of stuck on the jet, you can jettison it while on the ground and the ground crew can kind of catch it.
I
No.
figured you
I've
shooting
heard
it, they
something really
catching you.
stupid like that.
Yeah, jettison it. It forcefully jettisons it down 126-pound thing.
Not that kind of jettison.
It doesn't just drop it.
Right.
Heaviest
It's
deadlift
more of a
ever.
release. Like they let it. What I'm saying is like it kind of unlocks it from that.
Oh.
Not that it actually forces the.
I'm sure there's an.
My goodness, if it like slammed it on, it'd be like,
Yeah.
I think
that guy would get pancaked.
the
Wait,
little claws have like a little unlock thing.
Jettisons have a charge to them?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. I completely misspoke there. I do not mean that you can actually forcibly explode that off. What I'm saying is that it allows it to come off. Because I don't
Maybe.
think it does come off normally. Am I wrong on all this?
I mean, the weapons have to put it on. Like, there's some type of way to remove it without any power. Like, it happens.
Yeah, but I thought
So-
the ground jet switch was specifically used for something like this.
I don't know. I'll have to see.
I'm not sure if they
Sounds like it
changed
would.
it. I'm not sure if they changed it with all the recent updates, but Rhodey and a bunch of us flew. I think this is back in 3.5. You have a ground jet enable. You can power on the Mavericks on the ground.
Oh, is it? Yeah, it might
It-
just be a power switch then, nothing to do with taking it off.
Exactly. You can power up and have them ready before you even take off, and then of course put them in standby.
Y'all were bore sighting on the ground.
No, we just turned
Yeah,
them on.
that was my question.
Oh yeah.
Can
No,
you bore sight on the ground now?
No,
In 3.5, no. I guess no. Still in 3.6.
no.
So no.
That sucks.
Just turn them on because it takes about 15 minutes.
3
for them to
minutes.
heat. Yeah. No,
Yeah, it
it all
takes-
depends. It takes a while.
Yeah, it takes longer than staring at it. But
Yeah.
usually if I'm taxiing out, I usually turn them on, so they're ready by the time I take off. And don't forget to turn them off. Like, you just gotta remember.
Yep.
So here's the L. A quick little overview. We don't have any, but this is what it looks like. Watch the quick video. So cursor. So you can move the cursor on this screen, make it soy. You can move the cursor over to this L. You TMS up, and it changes it to U, which is unlocked and locked. So it locks and unlocks the
Secret
code here.
Yep.
So you unlock it, have the L or U, and then you change the code to match the targeting pod and make sure it's in combat mode. So you can put it to wherever you want. So let's say it's 1688, and you go back to unlock or back to the unlock to make it locked. And then this little button right here, the WOB, you change that back and forth to actually change the number. So WOB is the only screen or setting where you can actually change the numbers. All the other settings that you can't change it. And you go to pre, which is the pre-planned steer point for the Maverick. You shoot the laser with the TGP, and then a square on the square right here. It's the same thing as the keyhole. So as long as the square is in the keyhole, you should be able to fire. The square will pop up if it sees the laser. So you need to make sure you actually press the laser, and it'll tell you that it sees it. If it doesn't see it, or if it's the wrong laser, it'll give you an X.
Yep.
So that's in a nutshell how to shoot the laser Maverick.
This is we have them in the Harrier and DCS, but you can use it with buddy lasing. You can laser your own targets.
Yeah.
But pretty much as long as you have the square and you're inside the keyhole, you are seeing the laser and it'll track. That's the only indication you have of it seeing anything.
Now,
this one
would you have to laze the whole time like you would with a laser guided bomb?
Well, two things. Laser guided bomb, you don't have to laser the whole time because it's automatic. Second thing is this one, I believe you have to hold the first trigger the whole time. I believe. I've never used it before, so I'm not really knowing. So I would assume you
I
gotta-
never have either.
So yeah.
That might be something to experiment with and find out if it can pick up the laser after it's been fired.
In theory,
Ooh.
it should.
I mean, it should be.
But it may not have, it depends. If it flies and doesn't see the laser, does it kind of go stupid and fly down? Or
Maybe.
I don't know what it does. I don't know if it
Straight
lofts. I
line
don't know what it
answering.
does.
Yeah, because you might end up in a scenario where even if it sees the laser, it may not be able to correct itself to.
Yeah, the
Sorry,
point
you
of no
went
return.
stupid for too long.
Yeah, but that would be something that'd be very, very curious, especially because that means that if you are lasing, and your wingman, like if he's fumbling with his laser and finally gets it on, you can turn off.
True. Yeah. Yeah. So some tactics is not really two things. Is you have to make sure you're in the keyhole and not too high. I don't think you can fire at like 20,000 feet. I think it's like below 15
I don't
is
think
where
you'll
it
be able
likes it
to
at.
see from that altitude
Yeah,
as well.
that too. So depending on the threat, always make your life easier. Don't go against a SA11 with Mavericks. It's not a good idea. So the keyhole is key. Nose down to adjust if you're high. If you want to get that keyhole in the cross in the keyhole, and if you're already low level, a level launch is fine. So you can just, if you're above the trees and you kind of pop up 100 feet, you see them, and then you could rifle, and you can turn off. You don't have to do any adjustments because it's like right at the same altitude as you.
Did y'all shoot the Mavericks against the carrier, the Russian one in the one mission?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was the G's.
It took about 4 Mavericks.
Yeah, it took a lot of them.
Yeah, it took a lot of them to sink it.
4? Really? I thought it'd take like 6 or 8 because it's a carrier.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's just to make, if they hit the same place, I think it's probably a couple of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Semantics.
Fair enough.
So here's the lineup here. I put the lineup over yonder in our text here. Bravo UPT. So there's the lineup. There's the numbers, and always make sure that it's correct. This is not correct. Make sure that's correct in the 2D, because I just made this literally like 30 minutes ago. So this is a general consensus, and basically the mission is AI, air interrogation, I think it's called. Basically, it's a target of opportunity stuff. So once you get over there, there's plenty of targets. Trust me on that one, and we'll see more when we get into 2D. That's it for the briefing for me today. Any questions over anything we went over?
Not much.
Sweet. All right, let's Bible put his IP in Bravo and go ahead and start joining.
What are we shooting at? The range or what?
So there's like 100 tanks.
Oh, okay.
They're everywhere.
They're at the range.
Okay.
Though.
Yeah, they're near the
Okay.
range. They're all over the place.
All right.
So I tried in single player to see if they shoot at me. They did not, but I still would not recommend flying over them. So there still could be some man pads and some stuff down there.
Yes. No, I
Quick
have it.
question. Where's Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, where's the lineup? Besides the lineup you put in Bravo, where's the lineup with the little image you showed at the end of your presentation?
Oh, I could add that too. I'll put it in there as well. Rectangular snip.
Thanks. Thanks, Brian.
Yep. Jackal. Bloop.
Someone has sent my seed.
Oops, I'm the wrong one. Sorry. There you go. Now I'm in Falcon. Or I should be.
There you go.
Let me just make sure. 'Cause it concerns me that I don't think you see anything on there in the 2D, but I'm pretty sure they're there on the range. Oh. Bible, did you go into edit mode and look real quick? If not, that's fine. I can just look into Mission
did not.
Commander. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's about 99.9% 9 with a line on top, sure that it's there.
What steer point is the range on again?
6.
6. All right, thank you.
Steer point. All right, steer point SA5.
Oh, yeah, the range is there.
Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of battalions. They're there. They're there.
Might want to start looking for targets even in around steer 4. You know.
Yeah, I definitely start looking before you get over there. And it's actually perfect. We can't have, it's a target of opportunity. So using the target points is kind of defeating the purpose.
Sweet.
We'll do. Make sure you call your in and outs. We'll see if we could do from the north. Yeah, we'll see if we can go from the north and just make sure you call your in and outs. And it'll probably take a little bit for people to bore sight if wanting to. We'll probably go north and bore sight on a random town or something.
You call on uniform?
Yes. So the flight lead will call the flight in on the range, and then you have to assume that everybody's like at least like a mile or something behind them, and then you'll just go through and you'll say flight out. So every time you need to call in and out.
So, but the flight lead does that for his flight. Each individual calls in on Victor.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Prime, good question.
Uh-huh.
What do you want us to bore sight?
I'll just fly around and you do whatever's underneath us.
Okay.
Like I'll bore sight, so it'll be near me. So you gotta look around, and I'm not gonna say.
Yeah. Okay, no. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
I'm not gonna bother with it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just reminders: steer 3 or 4 and steer 7 are the holding points if you're not on the range.
Ooh, 4 and 7.
Yeah. So let's say Falcon goes in first. Falcon will hit the range and he'll flow and hold steer 7 while Jackal and Jaguar hold 4. And then say Jaguar comes in next, and then we'll just cycle through those as we are in and out.
So each flight goes in, drops 1. Egress.
You can drop as many as you want.
Well, yeah,
you can drop more than one.
Yeah, we'll do one pass per group to start, but like I'm gonna try to at least shoot 2 in one pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole reason is just so I don't have to trim.
Are we gonna have any moving targets?
They're tanks. I don't know if there might, maybe. I don't know.
Copy that.
There's like literally 100 tanks, so one of them is bound to be moving.
Copy that.
Especially once they start getting shot at.
Yeah.
What is the weather like?
All right, listen up.
Over there, it's fair at takeoff.
Yep, sunny at target.
I have to step off for a minute. You can you press without me? I don't even know.
No, you're good.
Shouldn't be that long.
We'll do a bio break.
Cool.
Let's come back at say 45.
Sweet.
Sounds good to me.
How do you tell what the weather's like at the target?
Hit briefing.
All right, listen up.
And then all the way at the bottom, it'll say weather conditions at takeoff, target, landing.
Oh, okay.
See y'all at 45.
Sorry, guys. Give us a second. We're going to take a quick bathroom break and get set up.
Play that Falcon BMS music by Micro every time. Is there a replay button?
Okay, Benji, that target now 17646, Angels 28, tracking 260.
Prime for IBM.
Benji 1-1, clear, past the line now, 18 miles, Angels 29.
What slot are we in?
Launch to the south of the line.
Weapon delivery planner.
Benji, say you're looking for clearance to fire with a VID. Benji, 4-1, clear kill, clear kill. Benji, Fox. Benji, let's come hard left. Benji, splash one, splash one. Friendly 00558, additional group 00563 running north. Okay, Benji, 1 to 2 or to the tanker. Your type 2 control bomb on target 1, 2, 3, NA 5050 feet. C2 structure, approximately 50 by 20 meters. Papa call 37858490. None. 3 kilometers south. Egress back overhead. Rebacks 4 and 6. This will be target number 218. Requesting 138. Foul attack heading southwest and northeast. I'll copy. In that western column, to the north and south, numbering them 1, 2, 3. Your target is number 2. Roger, contact. Roger that, that is your target.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I heard you.
3 more minutes.
Thanks,
Okay.
man. I've been
Yep.
struggling for a while now.
Sweet, debug.
Update my logbook. Doesn't have the call sign Ripper gave me.
Hey, Prime, did you use Steel Line 4? Okay, no, I got it. Perfect.
Interesting. Just sync up my computer. It was 30 seconds off. All right, I got 45. If you're back, turn off your mic.
There's a lot of words to say mute.
Yeah, I was deciphering. Like some people already have it off. I'm like, I can't really tell if they're there or not. So I was like, kind of on the fence.
Yeah, you just push
Yeah,
talk,
back.
but yeah.
All right, so I think everybody's back.
Sweet.
Sweet. So let's do a IVC check. Falcon, Jackal, and Jaguar. We'll see how smoothly this goes.
Falcon 1 uniform check.
Falcon 1-2.
Falcon 1-3.
Falcon 1-4.
Jackal 3-1.
Jackal 3-2. It's supposed to be 2-2.
Jackal 3-3.
Jackal 3-4.
Jaguar 4-1.
Jaguar 4-2.
Jaguar 4-3.
Jaguar 4-4.
Awesome. Only thing, Diego, mic not muted, but that
Sweet.
was nice.
Christ almighty.
All right, click dance. Go ahead
Bible.
and times 1.
We're ready when you are, Bible.
Prime.
Yes.
According to ATL, we're the second flight, so it shouldn't be Jackal 2-2 or 2-1.
No, it has above your slot. It has Jackal 3 right there.
Are we doing a taxi
yeah.
for the server as well?
Copy that.
Affirm.
Yes,
for
taxi.
everyone? Okay. Okay, server is committed.
Doing taxiway.
Yes, ready. Taxiway.
Bible, where's the hold music?
Not today.
Bible radio's down for repairs. Okay.
We use Joker Bingo 32 and 22.
You hit the tanker at all today?
Let's see who's in who. I would like to have at least one flight go.
Yeah, it might be fun.
I sent Prawn the last 2 times, so let's send Prime.
Sounds good. I was trying to remember who went last. Yep. So we're going to the tanker first.
Tuka.
Falcon 1-2, radio check. One's radio's here. I hear you. I think one of you guys' mics is not working. You're pressing the push to talk button, but nothing's coming out.
Yes, that was me. I was muted. To TACAN is 15 extra, so you'll be 78.
One, just to confirm, 78 Yankee, correct?
Yes.
Hey, Ripper, remind me, what's 3 supposed to do?
You'll be 78 Yankee, and then your
X-ray?
Yeah.
See, I remember.
Falcon 1 flight checking in, uniform 2.
Falcon 1, Jaguar 4, got you Lima Charlie, you 2. Jackal 3, 4 ships, waiting for green jets.
One's green.
1-1, this is 1-2, do we want to add the other flights to the IDM?
Yes, do 2-1, 2-3, 3-1, 3-3.
Copy.
Package on your IDM, add your other flights, lead and element.
Two's green jet. Three is green.
4 is green.
Falcon flight has 4 green jets, taxiing.
Falcon 1, 4 ship, F-16s, request taxi. Good evening, Falcon 1, you are number 1 for departure. Taxi, Foxtrot, Echo, and hold short, runway 27 left.
Roger, taxi, Foxtrot, Echo, hold runway 27 left.
Two's rolling. Three.
Four's rolling.
Jaguar 4 ship, F-16s, request a taxi. Good evening, Jaguar 4, you're number 2 for departure. Taxi, Charlie, Foxtrot, Echo, and hold short, runway 27 left.
Jaguar 4, flight of 4 for a green ship, taxi and holding short, runway 27 left.
Good evening, Jackal 3, you're number 3 for departure. Hold present position. Give way to Jaguar 4, F-16, taxiing, Charlie. Falcon 1-1. Contact tower for takeoff. Switch to 3
Alright,
0
Jackal,
8
3
8
good
0.
ships. Fourth is restarting and coming back in. We're going to taxi, see if he can join on in the air.
Affirm. Falcon switching tower.
Just to let all flights know, I tested out the ground jet and naval. and
Jackal
my-
3, taxi, charting, Foxtrot, Echo, and hold short, runway 27 left.
And my Mavericks are already powered up, ready to go. So yeah, it still works.
Falcon 1, 4 ship, F-16s, ready for departure.
Falcon 1, Osan Tower, wing 260 at 1 knots, runway 27 left. You are cleared for takeoff.
If like we're gonna line up in an echelon right, so I want 2 to get as tight as close to me as you can.
Two's in position.
3.
Four.
We're gonna do 5-second intervals. 1 breaks on. 1 breaks off.
Jaguar 4, 4 ship, F-16s, ready for departure.
Jaguar 4, hold short.
Two's airborne.
Falcon 1-1, contact departure. Jaguar 4, Osan Tower, wing.
Falcon 1, airborne, 4 ship, F-16s. Falcon 1, Osan, departure. Fly heading 085. Resume on navigation.
Switching to 6.
One, this is 2. I just realized I'm not getting a yardstick. Is something wrong on my end?
I have a yardstick. Do you want?
Mine is set to 78 Yankee.
Change yours to X-ray.
Problems solved. Thank you.
Uh, 3 and 4 will have you all on 78 and 15 Yankee. flight, go ahead and fence in. Turn your Mavericks on. One is fenced in at 112.
Two, fenced in, fuel state 11-2.
3 fenced in, 11-0.
4 fenced in, fuel 11-2.
Prime Badger.
Go ahead.
Are you airborne?
About to take off like right now.
Okay, I'll wait 2 minutes and try and join.
Sounds good.
Happy to have you back, D-Bug.
Glad to be back, man. 75 days.
Same for you, Soda. Glad you're feeling better.
What's that?
Cool as Soda. He was out for a bit for COVID.
Oh, no, that was like a month ago. That was 2 months ago, man. That was a long time ago. Nah, now I'm just occupied with work. You know, I come when I can.
I don't think I barely made it today. Bump speed up a little bit, 0.7 Mach. Leveling 20,000. Poor Badger. come right, reference tier 3.
Jackal Flight Airborne 3 ship, number 4 had some hardware issues. He'll see us on the next one.
That's the danger with the big, nice pit.
Yeah.
Fighting hardware rooms. A package, Falcon will take the 20,000 block. We'll have Jackal 22 and Jaguar 24.
Copy that. Jaguar 2-4.
A package, well, not package, sorry, flight. We're not going to attack from 5 to 6. We're going to attack from 4 to 6.
Two.
So we're just going to go straight from 4 to 6 and attack inside.
One, this is to, do we have any plans on bore sighting?
Sorry, you broke up, say again?
Do we have any plans on bore sighting?
I do not, but under steer 2 and steer 3, there was a town. Yeah, there's a town off our nose to our 11 o'clock.
Visual. I'm gonna put an autopilot if you don't mind and do a quick bore sight. Not gonna be the greatest formation doing both at the same time.
No worries. Just we'll hold steer 4 if you don't catch up.
2.
Yeah, anyone else in the flight, if you want to bore sight on this town to our 11 o'clock, you're more than welcome.
Package Jackal tuning to tanker frequency. See up.
Look.
1, this is 4. 4-sided, heading to you now.
Affirm. Right, package reference. Sorry, not package. Flight reference tier 6. Oh yeah, package revisor, all kinds of tanks all over the range. Target rich environment. Flight, you are weapons free.
Jaguar R2 uniform.
This is 2. I plan on going for the most western tank. A copy.
Affirm, I'm going to the ones that is parallel to us. I'm going to the closest ones. This side of the range.
Rifle.
3, rifle.
Rifle.
3, rifle. Three's turning right. Going to steer west a bit.
Rifle.
4, rifle.
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 One rifle.
4, out, turn right.
Altitude. Altitude.
Off.
Rifle.
2, rifle.
FALCON flight is in on the range.
Rifle.
2's rifle, turning right.
Chaff. Flare. Chaff. Flare. Chaff. Flare.
Three's back in from the west.
Scratch that. 2's turning right. I'm coming up on you 1.
The one's turn back in.
Rifle.
Altitude. Altitude.
Rifle.
One rifle.
Rifle.
Times 2, turning right, off west.
One, just heads up, that AA is active.
Affirm, yeah, it's been shooting at me.
Chaff, flare, chaff, flare.
Hey, Flight, shoot everything you can. Try to do this all in one go.
Two. 3.
Altitude, altitude.
4 out. Trees back in from the west, 11 miles.
One's back in from the east.
Chaff, flare.
One's hit.
Caution, caution.
Flight, how copy? Flight, how copy? Falcon 1 is damaged.
Jaguar 4 is at steer 4, holding Angels 2-4.
Jaguar, do you copy?
Yep, Jaguar, copy.
Hey, Roger, I've lost Victor. Falcon 1-1 is damaged.
Okay, do you want us at, we're at Angels 2-4, holding steer 4.
Falcon 1-2, how copy? Falcon Flight, how copy?
Falcon 1, Jaguar 4, it got you. Yeah, Lima Charlie, U6.
Have you heard any of my other flight?
No, nobody, just you.
Yeah, AAA at the range is heavy. I took damage.
Okay, do you want us to come off steer 4 and float to the target?
From you cleared hot.
Okay, cool. Jaguar 4-1 in hot from the north.
Falcon 1 is flowing to the alternate. And flows to the alternate.
Falcon 1-1, this is Falcon 1-2. Are you live on this net?
Hey, firm I am.
Altitude. Altitude.
Falcon 1-1, this is Falcon 1-3. We are rendezvousing at Steer 7, engines 1-2.
Hey, firm 1 Turk AAA. I have no MFDs, avionics faults. I am RTB to the alternate. Tier 10.
And Jaguar 4 copies all.
Falcon Flight, you're cleared to do the tanker, or you can RTB. It's up to you all.
Jaguar 4-1 in hot from the north. Altitude block 16.
Uniform 6,
Warning, warning,
Falcon 1,
warning,
2.
warning.
Does anyone know the tanker information?
It's going to be uniform 13 for the tanker.
Yeah, Jaguar 4-1 does. Stand by attacking right now.
Jackal 3 back on uniform.
Jackal 3, Jaguar 4, copy that. We are on our second, well, I'm on my second pass. They're on their third at technical difficulties.
Copy, we'll hold at steer 7.
Okay, copy that. Yeah, we're about 9 miles from steer 5. Yeah, turning back in hot now.